I haven't done one, and I'm thinking about it now as you're, all the reasons. First, just to let you know, the experience I had with my parents' death, my dad was in hospice, and I knew about hospice because I'd been a volunteer coordinator. And what was helpful to me was that when it was clear that he wasn't going to get better, I was the one who approached the doctor and said, "What do you think about hospice?" And I'm not sure the doctor would have brought hospice up. For me, him being in hospice was so helpful to me because I think it was a relief to him as well, because we were able to really talk about the end of life, and he was able to say, I'll see his wife, my mother, had died like 10 years earlier, and he said, I'll get to see B again. And I said, well, just think who else you'll get to see. And it gave us this wonderful opportunity to talk about, or he lived in Boston and he was going to be buried there, and I was able to say, the kids are little and I live in Minnesota, and I would want to visit your grave, but it's far. He said, that's fine. So in other words, I know this isn't the answer about advanced directive, but for me, the hospice care was so important for my dad because we really had time to talk about all kinds of things, so I didn't feel guilty afterwards, and we had discussions, and so that was really helpful. For my own self, even though I'm working in hospice, I think that my kids are still at such a place of job, work. They're not married yet. They're still kind of young. I think that if I were to have a discussion with them about it now, they would say, "Mom, I'm just starting, a PhD program in American history. Don't throw that to me now." I imagine some pushback of, "Oh, don't do that to me. I'm too young. I don't want to think about it." And even when I talk to my husband, he's really into computers. He'll say to me, "If I can't use the computer, I'm done. If my fingers won't work, I'm done." And I think I'm still at a stage where I find resistance in myself to even talk to him about it, because I'm more like, "Oh, I don't want to lose you." But he's really clear about this computer thing, but I don't know if you can write that into advanced directive. So I'm not there yet, and I almost feel like my family is not there yet. But as we talk about it, that they're yet, we need to be closer.